Update you wherever you are. You join us on a day where the weather just may have an impact on a football match that has been much anticipated. It's dry at the moment, but the forecast is that it will be wet, perhaps very wet by the time the game is underway, and certainly by the time of the second half. The crowd, though, are here and they are in good form. There's a right old cacophony going on. The atmosphere's terrific, and kick-off is moments away. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world, and boy does it add to the occasion. Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
And as you can see, we've already started here. And that's been levered clear. Cleverly tried to play it through.
Peter, his body shape was a giveaway before he made the pass, and its obviousness was appreciated.
And it's played forward. Has he found his man? Tierney. Here's the delivery. He's going after it. Danny Rose gets it away. Hoists it forward. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Tierney plays it long. Oh, that's a waste. Has a hit! It's in!
Oh, what a cracking goal, but a cracking touch as well. That's what made it for me. That's brilliant play all round.
Arsenal grab an early lead. Good start. Cleverly goes looking. Knocks it away. It was a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Forward it goes. Good take. He's had a go! Oh, that's a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Tries to get it forward quickly. Partey. Saka. And here's Lacazette. Saka with a long pass. And the defence can get it clear. Played towards the front men, cuts it out. Partey. Granit Xhaka. Xhaka drives it forward. And that has put a stop to that. King looks to get on the end of this. Well positioned to make that interception. Keeper's got good distance on that. Rose. Lovely bit of skill there. Cleverly. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Saka clips one through. Lacazette. Looking to hit the front line. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. Has a pop! Tierney can get it clear. Partey gets good distance on it. Played out to the right. There are a few waiting for it. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. And he just whacks it away. Oh, that's neat. And it's cleverly. And here's Kuchka. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Saka. Forward it goes. Steered forward. King gets into a dangerous position. That's a decent ball. Now can he finish? Chance! This could fall anywhere. Granit Xhaka. And it's played forward. Well, he acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Look, he's offering an apology to his teammate, who's clearly miffed at not being picked out despite making what looked like the right run.
A really good feat. Finds himself eased off the ball. King has been... And King! It's anyone's ball. Oh, real danger here. Now it's King. King. Out to the right. He can get that clear. Tierney is there to heave it away. Partey goes looking. Rose. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Keeper's ball. Well, it really is one cross after another.
Well, with a target to hit, why not keep up the supply? It's simple and efficient because they all know what they're doing.
And that has been clubbed away. Partey hoists it forward. And that's sprayed out wide. Drilled in low. Tries to get it forward quickly. Cathcart tries to locate someone up front.
King really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Xhaka plays it forward. Tierney. Crossed in.
There's been quite a few crosses coming in from that left-hand side. Tierney really is providing a very good outlet there, and his contributions, I think, are going to be key. Well, this poses the defence a few tricky questions, and the answers have to be hard and fast.
And here's Lacazette. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Kuchka. Partey. Arsenal scored early, of course, and the score is 1-0. Out towards the flank. That's a throw. Brings it forward. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking. He's had a crack. Oh, the ball's come loose. And it's Suarez. Partey. Half an hour played now. Referee's given a throw. Nicely controlled. And he's cut it out. Hoists it forward. Time and again they are repelled. Partey. King. Rose. Danny Rose drives it forward. And it's played forward. Xhaka. Has a hit! Oh, that's a fine save!
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
King desperately wants to get on the end of this. Granit Xhaka. Cedric Suarez goes looking. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's King! And he's there to make a great save.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Partey. Forward it goes. Oh, smart save. Kiko Femenia hoists it forward. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. And here's King. He's on his... And King! Oh, another save.
Well, look, believe me when I tell you that goalkeepers work harder than anyone else in training, and that's why, to be top class on match day, that was a majestic stop.
Xhaka tries to get it forward quickly.
Arsenal clearly aren't looking comfortable on the ball at the moment. Predictability has just crept into their play.
Now it's King. Looking to break out here. And it's Cleverly. Cleverly! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best.
Tierney plays it forward, gets it back. Kuchka. It's being played forward. King pushes to get on the end of it. King has a goal! He's got away with one there.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
Good idea, just poorly executed. Looks to bypass the midfield. And it's played forward. And it's Suarez. Oh, that is lovely footwork. Granit Xhaka. Promising cross. And he heaves it forward. And now they can launch a counter. Dinks one in. King gets flagged offside. Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Cleverly. Rose. King. King decides, has a pop! And he just whacks it away. Danny Rose positions himself well and cuts it out. Goes direct to the front line. Tries to get it clear. And there's the end of the first half. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now. And the second half gets underway.
Arsenal really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Suarez. Great leap! He's scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Oh, an absolute gem of a cross. It made the header simple.
Well, look, it's often the timing of the jump that dictates what you can do with any header, and if you get it slightly wrong, then you'll struggle, but that was beautifully met, it really was.
He's made it 2, and no doubt he's hungry for more. Arsenal take a 2-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
Well, at 1-0 this contest was still nicely poised, but now that it's gone to 2, mindsets are affected a lot more. Winning belief one way and that losing feeling the other.
Granit Xhaka drives it towards the front. That's been drilled forward. Has he found his man? Partey. And it's played forward. Just brushed off the ball there. Tierney. Tierney goes up and over. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Defending of the desperate variety. Surely. Partey plays it out to the wing. They've played it short. Played into the middle. Can he deliver? Back in once more. Tries to get it forward quickly. Granit Xhaka. Lacazette. Shapes to shoot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Can he shoots?
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Partey with... That's clear cut, it's a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly, it is just a verbal warning. Xhaka can get it clear. He's off on a marauding run. Partey. And it's Lacazette. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Tierney. That's great strength on the ball. Tierney has got himself a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. And that has been cleared. Saka looks to dink one in. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Out of play for a goal kick. Cedric Suarez. Granit Xhaka. Cedric Suarez. Suarez. Going for goal! And more and more and more! And the lead is extended still further.
Arsenal are certainly a team that knows how to play their football as stylishly as you'll see. Tiki-taka at its very best, and they back it up with goals.
Arsenal take a 3-goal lead and they are romping out of sight.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition looked completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
Forward it goes. Lacazette gets it out to the wing. Gorgeous control there. Granit Xhaka battles to win it back. And it's Xhaka. Saka floats one over. It'll be a throw-in. He's in, surely! Well, it's still early in the second half, but this does look like a job already done. Hoists it forward. Lacazette plays it out to the flank. Fired deep towards the back post. That's well blocked, and back out it comes. And a shot! They've scored! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And King! And it's played forward. Tries to get it forward quickly. Tierney goes looking. Oh, terrible pass. Tries a shot! Ruled out the best in the keeper.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
And it's been taken short. Ball driven towards the far post. Keeper has beaten it away. King. It could be in here. Cedric Suarez gets it back. Granit Xhaka. Partey drives it forward. Oh, that had to be more accurate. And he has been fouled there. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Can't get the better of his opposite number. Musa Sissoko. And he's going long. Floated through. Oh, well defended. That had to be done. Well, no doubt someone is being given special treatment here.
Yeah, his instinct and the timing of his runs have proven fruitful, but they have to give him a harder time like that.
Cathcart. A forward pass. The message is clear, none shall pass. Cedric Suarez. Ball's gone out of play. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Cedric Suarez. Granit Xhaka. Forward it goes. That was one quality pass away from being a very decent chance. Looked very promising.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. Up towards the front line. And he's there to clear it. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Xhaka goes looking. Attempts to play it through. He's left his man. Partey. And it's Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. Cedric Suarez, who does have an assist to his name. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Granit Xhaka. Just about up to 75 minutes. Tierney. Real chance! Really well taken goal. And again, they pile on the misery.
Well, I think we've gone past humiliation now. This could be doing some real psychological damage.
It's become a case of men against boys. Played in with accuracy. And it's hoisted clear. Now it's Lacazette. Just brushed off the ball there. Pinged forward. Partey drives it forward. Well, here is the rain we were told to expect. Up towards the front line. Granit Xhaka. Partey hoists it forward. Tries to get it forward quickly. Oh, well played, he saw that coming. Pings it out wide. Lovely bit of skill. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. And it's played forward. King desperately wants to get on the end of this. Granit Xhaka. Saka. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. And he has taken a dim view of this, a second yellow, and that means red. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. He's gone for it! Oh, almost a sixth!
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Goes long. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Partey. And a header! He has done it! Well, surely that completes the demolition if it hadn't occurred already.
It's part of the game, Peter. It has to get ruthless. Sympathy just doesn't play a part.
He snaffles his third, and that earns him the match ball.
That defence must be sick of the sight of him. He's been persistent and ruthless all game. He just hasn't stopped working. No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Gets into a dangerous position. Granit Xhaka. Partey. Partey plays it forward. Gets it back. Rose. Danny Rose drives it forward. Cedric Suarez. Partey. Tierney. Cleverly tries lifting it over. Done very well to intervene. Kiko Femenia hoists it forward. And he's there to clear it. And that's put paid to a promising move. And help's available out wide. Going through. That's a brilliant interception. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Kuczka looking to hit the front line. Granit Xhaka. And here's Lacazette. Saka. He's got the ball, he's got the space. And it's played forward. He gets past his man. Is there any support? He might not need it. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Cedric Suarez. Forward it goes. Danny Rose does well there, alert. Gone back to the keeper. Keeper sends it forward. Partey. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Granit Xhaka. Oh, he's made sure that that won't get through. Defenders on the back foot. And here's Cleverly. He's gone for it! Knocks it away. Kuchka. And the finish! And he's missed it. And the referee brings it to a close. A demolition, destruction, annihilation. They simply ran away with it. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Yeah, we knew that.
So off we go then. And it's Lacazette. Musa Sissoko. Cleverly. Musa Sissoko. Sissoko shapes for an overhead. It didn't come off, but an audacious effort.
King really improvised cleverly there. His quick thinking almost paid off in real style.
Partey. Saka. Going for goal! A real chance and a real let-off.
Yeah, on another occasion, all that went wrong may come right.
Cedric Suarez. Oh, good interception. Granit Xhaka. Well read, he sorted that out. Turns and goes back. He's had a go! It's anyone's ball. Time to deliver. And it's Xhaka. Cedric Suarez. Kiko Femenia drives it towards the front. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Kuchka tries to get it forward quickly. Cut out in the nick of time. Hoists it forward. And the finish! Oh, what a wonderful stop!
Well, as Tesco, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Kuchka. Rose. Danny Rose drives it forward. King. Look, has a pop! He's delivered all right!
What a start! And what a contribution from the main man. I had a feeling he might do something, given his reputation, but to do it like that, absolutely brilliant. I wasn't expecting that.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, none of us were exactly sure how that was going to end up then, but I'm delighted to see such a happy ending after such a splendid dribbling run. I mean, he really did fool that defence into wondering what he was going to do next.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Partey. Xhaka. Partey. Kuchka battles to win it back. Kuchka with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly, it is just a verbal warning. Cleverly can hoist it clear. Tierney with the crossfield ball. Nicely controlled. And it's Xhaka. Cedric Suarez pumps it into the area. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Lovely bit of skill. And it's played forward. Cleverly. Forward it goes. Partey. Arsenal are already chasing the game. Long time to go. Sissoko is the guilty party there. Clears it out of harm's way. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Xhaka. Arsenal already required to chase the game. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. King. Hoists it forward. Cedric Suarez. And it's Xhaka. He's being closely tested here. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. King desperately wants to get on the end of this. Partey. Arsenal are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Now tries a shot! Sticks it away! Arsenal are level.
What a great finish, but how about the touch? It just allowed him to put the ball exactly where he wanted it, and the rest became a formality.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
And no That is pretty much the end of that. It's a brilliant interception. Forward it goes.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
Granit Xhaka tries to get it forward quickly. And that's been levered clear. And that's put paid to a promising move. Out towards the flank. Played back in. King. And he's straight offside. Tierney. Granit Xhaka. So midway through the first half, and it's Lacazette! Cleverly drives it forward. Saka. Cedric Suarez. King pushes to get on the end of it. And it's played forward. Granit Xhaka. Partey. Saka. Partey. Partey. And he's cut it out. And out to safety. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Tierney. Partey. Saka. Lacazette has a hit! They've scored! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
Arsenal go into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And here's King. Rain starting to fall here. It has been looking that way for a little while. He's come loose. Lovely feet. Goes for the cross. And the keeper's in command. Cedric Suarez. Cedric Suarez plays it forward. And the defence can get it clear. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Looking for a decent ball in. From up to meet it! Oh, just needed a better contact.
I have to commend the wing play, but I have to condemn the defending. They've got to stop the cross.
Forward it goes. Tierney. And there's a long ball. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Tries to get it forward quickly. Over to the left. Danny Rose is charging up on the overlap. Oh, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Lacazette. Cedric Suarez. And here's Lacazette. And it's played forward. Cleverly. Saka. And it's Lacazette. Just brushed off the ball there. Up towards the front line. Rose. Cleverly spreads it towards the left. Hoists it forward. Ball through needs to be good here. Gets the better of his man. Oh, shooting chance! They've done it!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Even some of the opposing fans are clapping that. You just have to appreciate it.
You know what was notable in that, Peter, was the fact that he didn't try to blast it. He chose placement instead and delivered a peach.
He's made it two, and no doubt he's hungry for more. Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
He's made sure that that won't get through. Now, can he capitalise? Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Oh, off the bar! Oh, that's a fine challenge. Danny Rose gets good distance on it. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he had.
He's had a shot! Really well taken goal. And the comeback is complete. Really outwitted one-on-one. Once more, he gets the better of the keeper.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Tries to get it forward quickly, cuts it out. There really wasn't very much in that, not far away from being a telling final ball.
Arsenal seem to have chosen a tougher route through the middle. That was easily read and dealt with.
Deftly done. Partey. Tierney. Hoists it forward. Kiko Femenia. Quick ball forward. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Forward it goes. And here's Lacazette. Well played, he saw that coming. Looking to hit the front line. Saka. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Kiko Femenia tries to locate someone up front. And that has put a stop to that. Played out to the right. Look at the defender bombing forward. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Saka. Lacazette! He's got away with one there.
Well, it was just some wayward passing that let the opposition in then, and I have to say, a very lucky escape. You lose it there, you expect to be punished.
There is the half-time whistle. And we are up to the break.
Well, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Well, the action has already resumed here.
Arsenal need to get the balance right to sort this out. Ambition must be complemented by just the right amount of caution, and I think the more experienced players can oversee that.
Danny Rose tries a pass forward. Defenders on the back foot. Some good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? And it's King. Ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. Partey. Tierney. Cedric Suarez. Partey. Lacazette. It's Lacazette! Goal! The second half off to a spectacular start.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
He snaffles his third, and that earns him the match ball.
Oh, he's been unstoppable in this match. Every single time he's been in possession, he's looked a threat.
This is quite a battle.
Look, get your seatbelts on, because this is showing all the signs of another roller coaster ride.
Saka. Tierney. Xhaka. Partey. Danny Rose gets it away. Oh, sweet feet. Tierney. Partey. King. Musa Sissoko. Kiko Femenia. Well, that's where he wants it. King. Tierney. Granit Xhaka. And it's played forward. And here's Lacazette. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Partey. And here's Lacazette. Oh, good, goes for goal! It's in! Back where they want to be! Lovely goal, perfect poise to set himself for the strike. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition look completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
King tried to play it through.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure.
Granit Xhaka. Done very well to intervene. Cathcart. Partey. Well, no doubt someone is being given special treatment here.
Well, it's about time, isn't it? Only after he's just notched a third.
Tierney. Granit Xhaka. Saka goes up and over. Musa Sissoko. King. Well positioned to make that interception. Granit Xhaka. Hoists it forward. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And it's Kuchka.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
Played in with accuracy.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and hope for a break.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Diving header! Great effort. He flew in with courage.
Well, he can't be accused of not being brave, Peter, and his boss will give him the thumbs up, I'm sure.
Forward it goes. Tierney. Partey. Partey plays it forward. It's being played forward. Gets wrestled off the ball. Now it's Sissoko. Cleverly. Looking for space out wide. Tierney demonstrating fabulous determination. He just will not be beaten. Xhaka goes looking. Good idea, just poorly executed. Moussa Sissoko tries to get it forward quickly. He's made sure that that won't get through. A forward pass. King, and now they can launch a counter. Tries to get it clear. Kuchka. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Granit Xhaka. And here's Lacazette. Lacazette! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back-page headlines there.
Cathcart tries to get it forward quickly. Done very well to intervene. And he's surging through. Tierney brings the ball forward. Partey. And here's Lacazette. It's Lacazette! He's missed, but not by that far.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Looks to bypass the midfield. Oh, well defended. That had to be done. Saka, who has set up 2 goals. Xhaka goes looking. And that is as far as they're going to go. That's been drilled forward. Cuts it out. Hoists it forward. Saka. And it's played forward. Well played, he saw that coming. And it's Kuchka. Moussa Sissoko. Forward it goes. Tries his luck. Worth a try. Shame about the outcome.
King certainly showed brilliant imagination there to take on such a high tower of skill.
Cedric Suarez. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Plays it out to the wing. Back into the middle. Cathcart tries to get it forward quickly. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Granit Xhaka. Hoists it forward. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. And it's played forward. Well, needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. King, and here's the chance to counter. Fires it in low.
Peter,
That's surely a foul. Free kick. Partey. Suarez. Oh, Lacazette! In it goes! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
4 in the game. He is the man. Arsenal take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win. King pushes to get on the end of it.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Forward it goes. Gets it back. Cleverly. Kuchka plays it forward. Granit Xhaka. Now it's Lacazette. Lacazette plays it out to the flank. And here's real chance! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here.
Oh, what a cracking goal, but a cracking touch as well. That's what made it for me. That's brilliant play all round.
How many more does he want? Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, it's about time I think we saw some activity from the bench, but it's debatable as to what level of impact can be made from here. It's pretty late.
Arsenal grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Played into the middle. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Gets it upfield. Goes direct to the front line. Partey. Cedric Suarez. Played in with accuracy. And he's away. He's through. It's one up. Hits one. Hoists it forward. Oh, good interception. Granit Xhaka, and it's played forward. Well positioned to make that interception. Has he found his man? Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Tries to get it forward quickly. Now it's Lacazette. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there. Just brushed off the ball there. Now it's Lacazette. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Partey. Granit Xhaka. Hoists it forward. Great run on the overlap here. Suarez. He gets past his man. Oh, he got himself into a great position. But there's going to be another change here.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
Decent looking ball. Going through. It's a fine challenge and it goes his way. Regardless of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that. Cathcart, and it's played forward. Musa Sissoko. Kiko Femenia. He's put it on the right now. What's on? And that has been cleared. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Cleverly gets into the right. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. You can get that clear. Danny Rose battles to win it back. Cathcart. Played towards the front men. Cuts it out. Forward it goes. Granit Xhaka. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Arsenal. So it's away we go then. He's made sure that that won't get through. Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. Lovely bit of skill there. Cleverly. Cleverly! And that has been clubbed away. And it's Cleverly. Kuchka. And here's Cleverly. Delivery from Rose. Granit Xhaka. Tierney. Back into the middle. Goes for it! That's a half-decent try.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Sissoko attempts a clearance. Oh, really good feet from him. aims to shoot! Just off target.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Cedric Suarez. Partey. Granit Xhaka. Xhaka goes looking. Cuts it out. Tries to get it forward quickly. Cleverly. He's looked long this time. Tierney. Partey. Granit Xhaka. Saka. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Clears it out of harm's way. They've played it short. Xhaka. Cathcart looking to hit the front line. Just brushed off the ball there. Oh, defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Cleverly drives it forward. And that has put a stop to that. Hoists it forward. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters. And
has a pop! And he's going long. Tried to play it through.
the movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Partey. Kuchka with the clearance. And it's played forward. He's through. Partey. Granit Xhaka. Cedric Suarez. And it's Xhaka. Partey. Quarter of an hour played. Still goalless. A searching ball out wide. Oh, that's neat. And he's had a go! Oh, that is rather wayward.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up.
Tries to locate someone up front. Partey. Partey plays it forward quickly. Tierney. Tierney proving impossible to wrestle off the ball. Danny Rose is there to heave it away. Forward it goes. Partey hoists it forward. Looks to bypass the midfield. And here's King. He could be in, and King! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping. That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Knocks it away. Partey. Good challenge, he just stood firm. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it. Has a pop! He scored! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
Lacazette. Well, here is the raid we were told to expect. Sissoko gets it back. Arsenal are seeing plenty of the ball at the moment, but still they trail. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Xhaka drives it forward. Away from immediate danger. And it's played forward. Kiko Femenia. And it's cleverly. Chooses to go back. Xhaka goes looking. Tierney. Here it comes. Massive leap! Goal! Arsenal are level. A great delivery and a finish to match.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Tries to get it forward quickly. Granit Xhaka. Played back in. Cedric Suarez has it out wide and in space. And that's been levered clear. Partey. Tierney. Partey. And the finish! Managed to get it away. Partey. Xhaka. Saka. Partey. Tierney. Chip through. Plays it back. Good challenge. Excellent challenge. And it's King. Over to the left. Oh, that is lovely footwork. There are a few waiting for it. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. Saka conjuring up some magic on the right-hand side. Pass needed to be better than that, and he knows it. Loose ball, who's going to get that? Chance! In it goes! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Oh, high-quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second. Arsenal take the lead.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming. King really got caught in a trap there, and he just couldn't get out.
Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Rose. Danny Rose drives it forward. Now it's Lacazette. Lacazette plays it out to the flank. Cleverly. King looks to get on the end of this. Now it's King. Well positioned to make that interception. Tierney. It's come loose. Hoists it forward. Partey. Receives it in a good... Lacazette! He's pulled off a fine save.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Goes direct to the front line. And he just whacks it away. Kuchka. Cleverly finds him. Xhaka concedes a free kick for that. And it's Kuchka. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And it's hoisted clear. Sissoko. And here's King. King. Well, that's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. And it's Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. Kuchka battles to win it back. Now the counter. Cleverly. And here's Sissoko.
Tierney just did a brilliant job there. It was one of those all-or-nothing commitments, and he came up trumps.
And it's played forward. Oh, good interception. That's been drilled forward. And it's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Rose. Drives it towards the front. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Arsenal come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Arsenal head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1. And we're already back underway here. No changes at the interval from either side. Granit Xhaka. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Gets wrestled off the ball. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. Done very well to intervene. Granit Xhaka. Cedric Suarez. Cedric Suarez drives forward with purpose. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there. And it's Kuchka. Musa Sissoko. And here's... and King! He's done very well to get to that.
King really must have felt he had the measure of the keeper then, but how wrong he was.
Saka. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Goes for a sweeping cross. Corner given. Tries to get it clear. Decent progress down the left. Rose. King. That looks a good ball. Tierney can get it clear. Here comes another cross. Big chance! And yes, it's there! The second half off to a spectacular start. Well, from right in front of goal, there was no way he was going to miss.
Well, it's pretty damning on the part of that defence, Peter, that he was allowed so much time and space. But I think you have to give credit where it's due, and it was a brilliant setup and finish.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, what a convincing response to going behind. They've got all the momentum now.
And it's Xhaka. Partey. Battles to win it back. And that is going out for a goal kick. Cedric Suarez, Granit Xhaka, Saka, he's got options out wide. Lacazette, nicely controlled. Pressure stays on, it is a corner. And it's been taken short. Played into the middle. And it's hoisted clear. Cleverly. Forward it goes. Tierney crosses in a low one. Good take by the keeper, he's read that well. Granit Xhaka.
Well, goals change games, and now that parity has been restored early in this half too, this game could take off in a direction they weren't expecting, and the next phase of play requires a stronger rearguard action from them now.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Partey. Whipped in. Up to meet it! Good delivery, but no joy.
I have to commend the wing play, but I have to condemn the defending. They've got to stop the cross.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. Talk about singling someone out.
Yeah, and they finally reacted, but they could have been more switched on before he scored.
Tries to get it forward quickly. And hit Lacazette! Oh, that's a terrific save from the keeper.
Lacazette sparked a tremendous stop there, and I think it's fair to add, he just wasn't expecting it.
Hoists it forward. Now it's King. He's got the ball glued to his feet. And it's Sissoko. Musa Sissoko. And here's King, and King! Well, it really is one cross after another.
Well, with a target to hit, why not keep up the supply? It's simple and efficient because they all know what they're doing.
Tierney gets it into the middle. And out to safety. Knocks it away. He's gone for it! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Great leap! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
King needed to come up with a better ball.
Peter, his body shape was a giveaway before he made the pass, and its obviousness was appreciated.
And it's played forward. Kiko Femenia, a forward pass. Xhaka gets it back. And it's played forward. And here's Lacazette. Lacazette! Just deflected over the goal line for a corner. And that's been levered clear. Cleverly, it's got through to him. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Granit Xhaka. Partey. Forward it goes. Tries to get it clear. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. The ball's come loose and the chase is on. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Played towards the front men. Up towards the front line. Defending of the desperate variety. Here's the through ball. Now it's Lacazette. Lacazette gets away from his opponent. Looks to set one up. And he's cut it out. Pinged forward. Oh, well played, he saw that coming. Now it's Lacazette. That's a good ball. Shoots! Oh, that's a fine save!
Well, as Tesco, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
The defence can get it clear. Hoists it forward. King, who's set up one goal so far. Danny Rose plays it forward. Granit Xhaka. Partey tries to get it forward quickly. Danny Rose drives it forward. And play for a throw. And it's Rose. Beautifully done. Cleverly. Lovely bit of skill. Delivers across.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Saka desperately wants to get on the end of this. Arsenal get it back again. Has a hit! Oh, he's managed to miss it.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Lovely feet.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
And it's played forward. Saka, already of course on the score sheet. Suarez. Oh, real danger here. Granit Xhaka. Hits one!
Arsenal showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Cleverly. He's had a shot! Sticks it away! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
What a great finish, but how about the touch? It just allowed him to put the ball exactly where he wanted it, and the rest became a formality.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on? Peter, they have to fight.
He's gone for goal! So close to drawing level.
Makes you think, Peter, they could have been doing this earlier. Still, it's encouraging.
Tries to get it forward quickly. And he's there to clear it.
Arsenal are actually displaying tremendous fighting spirit. There's a real belief that they can still have a say.
Ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Well, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen now.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
And that's sprayed out wide, aimed in towards the centre. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Partey looks to dink one in.
Arsenal need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
That's not going to make it. Tierney.
They seem to have lost their sense of direction. It should be higher up the pitch.
The final 5 minutes. So this is it. We're on the verge of witnessing a major shock. Into the channel.
Arsenal have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Can't get the better of his opposite number.
Look, with time running out, they have to get the ball in the penalty box, and if it means a long punt, then so be it. They've got to give themselves a chance.
Oh, what a going for goal!
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue this situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
Now it's Lacazette. Now the cross.
Arsenal have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Now it's King. King has got himself a free kick. It's one! 2 minutes to be added on. Tierney. Cleverly. Hoists it forward. A long ball, but not especially accurate. Granit Xhaka. Cedric Suarez. Cedric Suarez goes looking. And time is up. And in the end, it got away. They just weren't allowed to build on their lead. They lost their lead, and they lost the game.